What's up, guys? We're back for part 4 of Fire Emblem. Now you can see that I have this little chapter 5 here that's a little bit ahead, and that's for a good reason. I actually recorded this probably about 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago. And what ended up happening was I went to convert the file to an MP4 because I record into FLVs because it's like a smaller file size, and just kind of corrupted the file. So here's our second run through of chapter 4 in Occupation Shadow. So we're pulling up to this place because we just got like hunted down, so we're running away. So we have to find a place to stay. So here we are at this old little like hovel, and then Florina and everyone's talking. Satan's hitting on the ladies, and then Ken's here to keep him in check. I'll meet up inside here. A woman's in here, and she's like, "I'm from a village. Ouch, I'm hurt. My leg is done. I've had it since I was a kid." And she's like, "I don't know where my husband is, but he's cool." So I'm gonna stop mumbling and I'm gonna start speaking clearly. I started off with that, but school got canceled today, so that was pretty dope. We've had some pretty bad snow for the past 2 days, and they finally decided that we shouldn't have school. I'm trying to think of like what happened, because I watched this episode right before it all got corrupted, and I'm just trying to piece together what I was doing. Because basically right now they're just hunting us out and being like, "Ah, that's the one lady, she'll fetch us a good price." So all these bandits shuffle in, and then we have to fight them. I've been playing a lot of Three Houses recently, which is actually kind of sick. Here's Dorcas, that's her husband, by the way. Spoilers, I know. But I've been playing a lot of Three Houses. I finished a secret route, I finished the Blue Lions route, and I finished the Golden Deer route. And right now I'm on the Edelgard route. So it's my last one. I bought the DLC, which is pretty dope. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. You get all the new costumes and stuff. Kent and Sane are just saying that people here. I'm gonna skip the rest of this because it's pretty much worthless. So it'll still give us tutorials for now up in here on a different note, not the Fire Emblem, because Lynn's pretty much whole chapter is all about just introducing the player to what's going on. So I equipped Kent and Sane with swords because all of these guys are axe wielders, and due to the weapon triangle they get benefit to that when they're attacking. I don't know what I'm doing. Put him here and then have them just camp out until we get closer. Here's Dorcas. The game's walking you through recruiting people right now basically. I need to up the game speed. So yeah, our school is a thing called e-learning, where basically if we ever cancel a day, each of our classes send us an assignment to do at home, and it's not due like day of, it's due like 3 days after the cancellation. And I haven't done any of it actually. I've just been lazy all day. I woke up, got ready because we already had a 2-hour delay like it stated, and then from there I just kind of got ready, and then eventually we got the call from school that was like, "Hey, school's canceled." So I was pretty hyped to wake up to that, and so I went right back to sleep. Yep. So again, it's just teaching us how to make friends with the people. Talk. So Dorcas is like the fighter of the group right now. So as you notice, like a bunch of our forces use swords and lances. So like over the course of the game, we'll get more units to recruit that are like widespread, because right now we have 0 magic users. We have a Pegasus Knight, an Archer, and then a bunch of sword units with the 2 Cavaliers. So it just gives us a refresher on the the weapon triangle. And I think it's gonna try to, yeah, it's gonna make us attack this man. And he crits. I don't, is that, that's scripted, I believe. Because that's how you get the Iron Axe. So I'll just continue cleaning up down here and see what happens. But back on Three Houses, I think my favorite so far is the Blue Lions, the Dimitri's group, because of just how like real it was. Like it wasn't what's it called? It wasn't like it didn't baby you with the story. It was really focused. What level is Florina? She's level 1. Level 3, she's level 3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not sure if it's actually a skill here, and it's not. But like mounted units have a skill called Canto. So whenever they make like a movement, they can continue afterwards and like use the remaining movement. I might say in Pegasus Nates. Nope. Okay, but I'll show you. I think so, at least in this game. If not, I'm kind of screwed because I just threw Florina to her death. Wait, why is he not dying? What happened? Okay, I put myself in an interesting predicament. Yeah, Florina's dead, by the way, because they have 3 strength and then 8 might. It's 11. She has 4 defense. She'll take. Wait, if it's 11 and she has 4. We'll just have to see how it goes. No point mathing it out. If she dies, she dies. She didn't die in my first recording, but as I said in the previous ones, I'm just gonna Iron Man this and see what happens. No resets or anything. Yep, Florina 8. So she can survive provided she doesn't kill him. This is a mistake, guys. Already off to a bad start. But it's just the defense chapters for now, so I'm not too worried about anything. 1 health, dude. Oh my god, I really lucked out. So she doesn't have Canto for this, which is interesting. I guess I was just being stupid on that part, believing she had Canto. So that's just him calling for reinforcements. Does she have a vulnerary on her? She does. Okay, I'm gonna send her a healer and have her heal up. So that's where the Canto comes in. When you use items, you can use your remaining movement. That's what it is. Alright, cool. So I think I'll have Lynn come clean up over here. Actually, how much defense does Dorcas have? 3, so it's about equal. Yeah, I'm just gonna send her over. And then Dorcas will wait here and just kind of soak up damage. So my game plan here is to get Will some extra experience by killing off. Actually, hold on. Like this. I'm just giving Will extra experience by letting him grab a kill instead of Kent Insane, because they're already on the front lines getting a majority of the kills, and I don't want them to end up just stealing experience from him. So that Will can and will be viable late game, hopefully. I don't know. As I said, I've never played this one, but I finished Awakening, Conquest, all that jazz, and then I finished a bunch of Three Houses. Oh, I talked about Wargroove in the last one, and I was thinking about playing that because of it. Because so Wargrooves is kind of similar to Fire Emblem in the sense that it's like a strategy game where you move units and everyone takes turns. But instead of having like personalized units and it being like set in like medieval times, it's set in Wargroove set in fantasy times, but it's similar to the game Advanced Wars, which is set in like modern times, and you just craft units out of a factory basically. So you have your main leader who serves as like the captain of your team and will basically assist everyone and all that, and is like a much stronger unit than everyone else. But all the units that you create out of the factories are just throwaways, and that's kind of how they're built. Is that you have the casualties, but they don't mean much because they aren't any like specific characters that you know of. So I prefer when the units that I'm controlling have more personality. So in Wargroove, where it's just fantasy based and you don't have those personalized units, I just like lack the want to play it because I'm just not attached to the units and I'm just going along the story. Like all the captains have their own story and they're all interlocked, but I prefer more when I'm controlling units that I care about rather than just throwing units at each other and not worrying about anything. Because units are supposed to die in that mode, and I don't enjoy letting units like die and perish. So when I play Fire Emblem like this, I enjoy watching like having to risk it. Like when Florina almost died. That's one of my favorite parts about Fire Emblem. Which is why I'm playing at Iron Man, like no resets. I didn't know Kent doubled these guys. You must be getting good speed growths. Ooh, level 9 speed. Or not level 9, just 9 speed. So I'm setting up a lot of choke points here just because I kind of have to. It's a protect, it's a defend chapter. So you're better off just holding down forts and stuff rather than actively trying to what's the phrase? Trying to hunt down the enemies. Because like Dorcas here is going to take a bunch of damage, but because it's a choke point and I'm not, let's say, one spot forward, none of these guys can gang up on me and attack me more than once. This guy's 1 HP. They're both level 4. I'll give this kill to Will again, because he's the only one who needs it. I probably should have sent Dorcas up where I sent Lynn, because there's only one sword user. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Let's see what else has been happening recently. What games have I been playing? I finished Monster Girl Island with the boys. But that's not something I'll talk about here. I'll just end the turn here because I don't want to push Kent and Sane out any further. I just want to sit here and kind of soak up what I have. But yeah, more upon like Dorcas and stuff like that. So your warriors and stuff like that are gonna have high HP and low defense most of the time. And they're, as I said, they're gonna have high defense, but they're really bulky. And the common trend they like to follow is that they're either really strong or they're really strong and have high crit rates. And I don't know if it's reflected in this one, but in games like Awakening and Conquest, like they go from warriors into berserkers, and they're all focused on getting crits. So it's like a double-edged sword because you don't know if you're gonna crit, but since you have such a high rate of it, you don't have to worry about it as much. Other phase, I don't know why they. I guess it's just a engine problem. But Natalie doesn't move or like do anything, so I don't know why they'd have her set up on a phase. So I'm not gonna heal Lynn here because she'll kill him, and then this archer only deals 5 damage to her, so it won't kill her. Ooh, weapon level increase. I'm not using the Manikadi, even though it has 45 uses. I just don't want to waste 45 uses. I'd like to keep that throughout the game, which is a pitfall, I know. Like a thing you're not supposed to do, but I'm not too worried about it. So here, I'm going to push Kent and Sane out because there's these two guys who won't intrude on us unless we go out, and I just kind of want more EXP from them. I don't know if I'm going to end up benching either of the two right now. I think I'm probably going to end up keeping both Kent and Sane as options for my team until I learn either which one I like the personality of more, or if like, oh, finally Dorcas got a kill, or if I'll just find one better stat wise. What's been going on today? Oh, so my dog like had something wrong with her for a little while. It's nothing awful, but well, it was pretty awful. Yeah, never mind. Where she had vestibular disease, and basically she had this issue where she just kept falling over and like she couldn't walk straight. because the part in her ear was screwed up that like kept her balance. So she's been recovering for like over a week now. It's been like probably 9-10 days since, which is generally when they recover. And she hopped up on the couch like all on her own. So I'm really proud of her. I'm really excited about that because she still stumbles a little bit when she walks, but she like always did that because she's just getting older. So she's kind of back to her normal self. But we bought her a bed, and she still sleeps on the couch. It's like very slightly annoying that she just refuses to sleep on the bed. Let's see if we can get a Lin crit. Nope, it's just gonna kill her in waste 2 uses. Ooh, there we go. Crit on the second use, but it's still useless. Just get Lin a bit of extra experience, because as I said, we're just protecting for this turn. Hopefully I can hit him. If not, Dorcas might die. I forget if enemies take their turns. Oh, yeah, Dorcas is dead. How much health does she have? She has 11. With 4 defense. Does she have more defense than Lin? Oh my god, she does. She's bulkier. So, no, I can't save him using rescue. So I'll pick him up. And her speed will drop down to 4. And I don't think that's bad, because yes, the speed threshold is 5 for death, or not for death, for doubles. So she's not in danger of anything. I'm gonna hopefully get Saint a level up here. One of the things that I enjoy about the older Fire Emblems, like the GBA games, is that I don't have to worry about skills as much, because in the new Fire Emblem game, Three Houses, everyone has a personalized skill. They have specific, what's it called? They have unit specific skills, like your main units have like XP increasing skills and all that stuff. Oh my god, what a god, Kent. 3% crit. He knew I wanted to kill. But everyone has like specific skills that they each have, and it's hard to keep track of. I mean, there's like the sword breaker ones and the lance breaker ones, which make attacks against foes with opposite weapon triangle like harder to like they have a harder time hitting you. But other than that, it's really hard to keep track of skills like renewal or like their personal skills, because one character called Linhardt has a skill that if you just wait, it restores like 10% of his HP. Like if you do nothing with his turn and just wait, he restores HP, which I forget about often. And there's other units like Hubert, who has the extra special skill of like any enemies like adjacent to him lose like 10% of their avoid or whatever, or lose 10 avoid. So yeah, it's nice. So Dorcas is like, it's my wife, and then eventually he's gonna take her, and then he's gonna join us. Yeah, so we've finally gotten Dorcas. We have our fighter, we have our sword user, we have our 2 cavaliers. We don't have a healer yet, which is interesting. I don't know when we get our healer. Yeah, I've made it this far before. I've recruited Dorcas, but I think this is the last I've played of Fire Emblem. This is as far as I've gotten. So she's like, we'll just go to sleep and we'll rest up tomorrow. So now I'm going to save over this save file. And here we are. So that's the end of this chapter. I'm going to end this for now and pick it up later on part 5. Hopefully featuring our special guest Sean.